Good morning, y'all. We got some new lighting. Camera's a little low, hold on. What up, guys? So I just recorded this whole video and my mic was off and I was like, motherfuck. But today what I want to talk about is blood pressure. Not in like the clinical sense, I'm not going to give you a lecture or anything like that. My appointment was like a week ago and I actually was diagnosed with pre-hypertension. So I was like sitting there and I was relaxed and stuff like that. And I don't get white coat syndrome because it's like whatever, you know what I mean? Getting my blood pressure is nothing, no big deal for me. So then I was getting my blood pressure and guess what popped up? 138 over 89. I was like, fuck, that's wicked high. So I was like, shit. And it really scared the shit out of me. Because for me, I've always been very active, pretty active. I've always watched what I eat and stuff. So it came out as like a huge surprise. But I've noticed my blood pressure kind of rising. And one of the main factors for that is that my family, everyone in my family has high blood pressure. So I think genetically, I'm at a higher risk for high blood pressure than most people. And just because you're genetically predisposed to something like this, doesn't mean you can't change it, right? And so it really scared the shit out of me. like, dude, I just imagine going on blood pressure medication and being like, fuck, you know, I have to take this shit for the rest of my life. I don't want to, have you guys seen Scarface? You never want to get high on your own supply. So I never want to go on blood pressure medication, you know? And I'm going to try everything in my power to do that. So there's a few things I've been doing recently. I've been doing this hippie tea. I've been doing like green tea as well, but check this out. So there's like hibiscus and other type of stuff that's really good for your heart in here. So that's been good. It's been forcing me to drink actually a lot more water. And one thing that if you don't know, if you don't drink enough water, you actually retain more water weight. So I learned that from like people cutting weight and stuff like that. But you need to drink a lot of water and it'll help flush everything out. I've also been doing been drinking a lot of teas. I've also been doing a lot of fish oil and coconut oil with my keto diet. So I've been doing that. Keto has actually been really good to me. I really like it a lot. I was like 11 days ago, I was about 207, which is my highest in a while. Ever since 4th of July, like, I don't know, I was holding on to so much weight and I was like, I can't shed this. And so keto actually really helped shed a lot of weight because I'm barely on any carbs. So I was pissing for like the next 3 days and stuff like that. And so for you guys that don't know, keto is high fat, high protein, and barely any carbs. The carbs I do eat, they're either broccoli, the big bag of greens that you get from Costco, sweet potato, and those are my carbs. I fill up my carbs with only those things right now. The rest of the stuff, I do like coconut oil, fish oil, healthy fats. I do In-N-Out because it's really easy. And I think that's really funny because when I say In-N-Out, people are like, what? That's fat people food. Fuck you. It's an easy solution. For me right now, I prioritize my, my work over sort of cooking for myself because I'm not gonna go buy a 6-pack of steaks telling that I'm gonna cook it when I'm really not, and I'm more likely going to go out. And it's being real with yourself too. Like, I'm a bachelor right now. Chances of me cooking isn't that high. If I had family and kids, of course, I'm gonna learn how to cook. It's more like financially friendly, I guess. But yeah, so having convenience is very key for me. I also eat Chipotle sometimes. Just like basic stuff, like really basic stuff. I have like asada meat in my fridge too. So I just measure it out on a scale. I also have a portable scale too, but I don't use that as much. But here's the thing, right? Like when I was younger, it was so hard for me to like sort of, I didn't want to measure it out. And I just went through this, I don't know, one day it just clicked. And I think this like over the last few months, I've just been training myself to develop this habit where I weigh out my food and just eat it. Or if I'm going out, like try my best to estimate it, especially with tools like MyFitnessPal. There's really no excuse, so easy. But you know, like anything, it takes a little while to build up that habit and stuff like that. So I also have like convenient natural foods because I don't like to eat preservatives or anything like that. I have like vegan protein, bam. I have like, oh fuck. I have salmon. Think of convenient options when you're on a diet, and develop a habit, and then you can go from there, right? Oh yeah, my workouts. What I noticed, like off keto, off my workouts, I just noticed myself like during the adaptation phase, I'm getting a little tired. I don't have as much motivation to go to jiu-jitsu right now and do high intensity stuff. I think it's just my body sort of adapting. I'm not really getting the brain farts that a lot of people are talking about initially during that adaptation phase. But like I said, I'm trying to get down to 185 right now. And it's so far keto's working very well for me. When I got out from the doctor's office, I was 207, and the other day when I weighed myself, I was 195.8. Today I was 197. So it fluctuates just like the stock market, right? So you have the stock market. Sometimes it goes up, sometimes it goes down, sometimes it goes up, sometimes it goes down, but it's trending upwards that direction, right? My weight is also up and down, but it's trending downward. So that's something. You just gotta be patient. Try not to let the daily numbers like scare you too much, you know what I mean? But that's what I like to do, that because it keeps me accountable. I like to take a photo on MyFitnessPal every single day so I can see my progress. Some things that really helped me out was actually having a coach. And my coach, he does my macros for me, and he's been helping me along the way. It's nice to have like more than just someone to schedule your workouts and stuff. It's really nice to just have somebody to talk to, and just like, you know, even though I know the concept of keto and stuff like that, and it really helps having somebody experience, like talk you through it, understand like what you're actually going through. And yeah, we actually talk a lot about life too. So it's good to have that like person in your life that you can go to. Last thing I'm doing is, bam, checking my blood pressure with the Amaron. Actually, after dropping few pounds, my blood pressure is starting to get better. The other day I was at the pharmacy, I took my blood pressure, I was 129 over 83, 85. It's a sign that everything's working. Dropping the weight is a good thing. I think in the future I just have to maintain 185 or maybe even lower, or see where it goes, maintain that weight and just go from there. What I learned from this whole experience, right? So people say like emotions are a bad thing, but you know, like in my case, I used my emotion of fear that I was gonna fucking die and go on blood pressure medications to help motivate me to start building habits or systems, right? Leading me to my goal. So that makes any sense. So when I say systems and habits, I do everything from like for work, I have like, let's say if I'm writing a refugee hustle post, right? I have an outline that I always follow, and how I always brainstorm, and it's systematized. I don't have to worry about it. When I talk to a patient, I always hit the same points. Most of my conversations end up the same way. How are you doing? Did you want me to go over your medications? It's bam, 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 bam. Do you want your vaccine? Stuff like that. And so once you start building this habit, it gets so much easier. You don't have to think about it. From experience, trial and error, you know all the possible ways that things can turn out. So it's been really cool journey. And like I said, you can use this sort of method, like any sort of emotion that you're going with or you're feeling right now, you can always use that to make yourself better. So that goes for health, that goes for work, entrepreneurship, anything that you want. Thank you guys for watching. This is a really long video. Peace, guys.
Once you finish, you can pay off your loans in like 2-3 years, no problem. You can save a bunch of money, buy my nice clothes, nice shoes, nice purses. Well, when you get out and you actually do get a job, I mean, yes, you're very excited, but